Clash of Clans too expensive? I mean, that's the reason that you clicked on this video, so there has to be some truth backing this up. Over the last few years, Clash of Clans has drastically increased its prices, so there has to be a reason for all of this. Today, I'll be going over whether or not the prices are actually just and some possible reasons for these price fluctuations. First and foremost, we know that Clash of Clans is a game that has built up a strong player base of not only free-to-play players, but also players who spend on the game, meaning that whatever Clash of Clans releases, whether it be some random pack or a couple of cosmetics, there will always be a percentage of buyers. I mean, taking a look, the game has increased several of its products by significant margins, taking the Gold Pass as a prominent example. The Gold Pass was initially released during April 9th, 2019 at $4.99 USD, coming at a pretty reasonable price with some decent rewards. The Gold Pass was the first ever upgradable purchase that allowed players to progress through a reward track to collect rewards. A very cool feature that was very popular amongst games at the time it was released. However, not long ago, during the month of July, Clash of Clans created a price increase for the Gold Pass. Many players were dissatisfied, which is reasonably justifiable. I mean, the Gold Pass was the same price for such a long time, and there was nothing inherently wrong with the pass. So why the price increase? This was a question that many people were asking, and there was just not enough answers. Going from $4.99 to $6.99, that is almost a 40% increase in price for the Gold Pass, which may not seem like a lot at first glance, but to those who are choosing to purchase the pass every month, that 40% adds up. If you were to be buying the pass for 1 year, your previous total would have been $60 USD. Now in comparison to the new pass, your new total would be $84 USD. However, as a way of balancing out this change, Supercell incorporated new features that would be added to the Gold Pass to make the price increase seem somewhat reasonable for its consumers. The team incorporated a builder-based season bank, which works particularly the same as the home village season bank, in that as you are gaining loot in the builder base, it would be added to your builder base bank. Again, the free portion was capped at a smaller amount. However, if you were to purchase the Gold Pass, you would unlock a bigger season bank now for both the home village and the builder base being increased at around the 20% mark. Additionally, to accommodate for the price changes, there was also a multiplier that was added to help those players who don't always finish up their season banks to earn similar rewards to what they were promised. This was seen as a very useful thing, especially for players who were constantly purchasing gold passes on several of their accounts and were finding it especially difficult to fill them up on all of their accounts. Additionally, another rune was also added, bringing the total rune count for each gold pass from 4 runes to 5 runes. More cosmetics were also being incorporated, like clan house roofs or clan house walls and decorations. Not to forget the free fort slot in the clan capital that was also given a 50% discount with no builder required. But the question is, were all of these changes necessary to begin with? Diving to the question a little, it's clear that there definitely has been a lot of price increases, as demonstrated with the Gold Pass, but also throughout many other offers and in-app purchases. Why was this happening is what players wanted to know the most. Something that many players may not understand, especially if they are part of the younger minority that plays this game, is inflation. Now, inflation is a serious issue in today's economy, and it's just something that businesses have to deal with. It's important to realize that Supercell, at the end of the day, is a company with several thousand employees who also need a salary raise due to this unforeseen situation. And their paychecks are coming from one of their main streams of income, which is their in-game revenue. Meaning that, of course, to you and me, the price change was very unnecessary, but as a company with an executive team, this decision was probably looked over thousands of times and just made sense for the developers. So, looking at it from this scenario, we can see that the team acknowledges how much of a downside this is to players, so in return, as mentioned before, they are attempting to return more value for what they're being offered. But is this always the case? I mean, if you take a look at the Clash Royale pass, there has definitely been a lot of price fluctuations, and the reward to price ratio does not seem to fit. I mean, as of currently, many players believe that the previous pass was more rewarding than whatever the current situation is right now. Unfortunately, this is not the end of price increases. The gold pass is yet again in the process of being increased to a lot of certain countries and regions. About 2 weeks ago, Supercell informed us about a regional price increase for some countries that will not only affect all in-game prices for Clash of Clans, but any other Supercell games as well, including the BROLL Pass and the Royale Pass. Cutting Supercell some slack here, it's important to realize that this is probably due to regional currency problems or fluctuations. As mentioned earlier, in other words, this is happening for price functionality rather than Supercell just being greedy and wanting to make more profit. However, Supercell isn't completely out of the park yet. We've already stated that due to inflation and regional prices, those have drastically increased the cost of the game. But we have yet to mention some of the specific packs in the shop recently that have just been completely blown out of proportion. Listing some examples here, we have the Goblin Scenery, which saw an increase in price as there was a thrown-in decoration. This again seems very out of pocket, as sceneries were usually stand-alone and were reasonably priced. Normally, sceneries were priced as a standard $6.99. However, with the added random decoration, the scenery cost was inflated to $9.99. This pack saw a lot of backlash from the community discussing the price in specific, along with the fact that if they wanted to buy the scenery, there would have to be a random included obstacle that, in all honesty, no players really wanted. However, this wasn't the first time that Supercell didn't shy away from including a decoration along with the scenery to up the price. This was seen again with the Dark Ages scenery with another decoration. But what was more infuriating to players was that the Dragon Trophy could be sold separately, but the scenery was purchasable only via along with the Dragon Trophy. You can see where these tactics are coming from and just truly how unreasonable they are. Sceneries aren't the only things that have fallen victim to this price paying gap as well. A lot of premium skins that just don't really feel as premium as some of the cheaper ones come into the game with a heftier price than others. I do understand that there is a considerable difference in terms of customization, but that really does come down to the player and their preferences, and me personally, I find that most of these premium skins seem to be outrageously expensive. Additionally, whenever there is an event going on, Clash of Clans usually likes to pump out unnecessary cash grab offers that have ridiculous costs or just not really fair value. For example, take any offer within the shop. They usually have a lot of good magic items that you are willing to purchase, like any of the books, until you realize that the price and the X value has also been increased since they threw in a couple of random potions as well. Completely useless and just genuinely seems like a way to increase the price without giving the spender exactly what they want. Also, you can't forget when Supercell took the pet potion out of the raid shop and then went ahead and included it in another offer. Yeah, let's just say the community was not very happy with that one. Nearing the end of this video, what have we learned? Well, for starters, we have understood that Clash of Clans prices have been increasing, but so has the market for any other games and products worldwide due to demand and inflation. Something that the Supercell team can't really do much about, but try to provide the best value for what they are selling. We've also viewed some further price inflations due to regional settings and regional currencies, meaning that's another thing that Supercell really just couldn't have control over, and another reason why prices have been overpriced. On the contrary, we have also seen some foolish plays by Supercell, if you would, by creating unreasonable offers in either Supercell customization shop with hero skins and sceneries, or even with just normal magic items by throwing in some cheeky plays with their X value components and throwing in potions to make it more meaningful when really nobody really wants those. So in conclusion, Supercell is not in control of the inflation market, neither are they in control of regional pricing and other micro issues. However, the Clash team does have a big role when it comes to pricing of special offers and deals. The Clash of Clans player base is such a tight-knit community, and it's really wholesome to see the developers and the player base get along reasonably well. But one thing that can definitely ruin this is the aspect of paying for unreasonable offers or just down low cash grabs from Clash of Clans. With examples already put on the table, this is something that we are starting to see more and more of, meaning that Clash of Clans has to do a better job by straying away from these little cheeky marketing tactics from its player base, or some people might just lose trust in this company. A bit dramatic, but you never know. For now, I guess we have to just wait and see what's in store for us for the future. Well guys, you've reached the end of this video. I hope you've learned something. If you did enjoy watching YouTube things, you'll like these videos next. Peace out and take care.